Hello, I wanted to make this video because it's something that I really needed to hear, so I'm now going to share it for whoever needs to hear it also. Um Understanding that you're a reflector in human design is basically, for me, it's actually for the first time in my life feeling seen, heard and received. Um I've often thought, because I love writing and singing and poetry and everything, that when you write something and you don't show anyone, it's an expression, yes, but something actually occurs when it gets received by another person. And not in a validation sense, it's almost like an energetic landing. And I didn't really realize that I myself didn't feel like I was being received or heard or seen as me. So, being a reflector, because I know minimal at this stage, only from my own experience, I can say that we've heard the term that everything's a mirror, like everything's reflecting ourselves throughout the world. Well, a reflector can actually be using other people's energy and filtering it through themselves and then reflecting it back. So what this means, and what happened in my case, was I was actually channeling people and feeling and thinking like it was me. So there's a few layers to this, because I believe it's an empathic gift as well. So doing my shamanic training in the last part of it, I was able to sort of look at each person during a healing and feel in my physical body where their energetic blockages were, what was coming up to be released. And that's how that gift enables you to be able to assist someone in the clearing of these energies, because you can actually feel where it is. You can feel when it leaves. So that's sort of what I thought I was going through. But since I have really, really allowed myself to become a clear channel, it has actually intensified from that. And then something my guidance said to me one day when felt like I was just going crazy: look up Reflector, because I knew I got told randomly at the end of 21 that I was a reflector. And I'm one of those people who's quite strong-willed in the way of don't tell me what to do. And obviously there was parts of me who I have healed. Those parts have come back into me that were very resistant of being told what to do. So when my guidance said look it up, it was this perfect explanation of everything that I was going through, feeling like I was going crazy. And the biggest part about the going crazy was because nobody actually understood what I was talking about. So in the healing world, I'd surrounded myself with these beautiful souls who we can communicate with to bounce information off each other to be able to figure things out, right? But it got to this point where I was experiencing this energy transfer thing as a reflector, yet everybody I was talking to couldn't comprehend it. So they just kept reverting back to like, the world's a mirror. Well, what is this bringing up for you? And don't get me wrong, I spent months in energy that was not mine, trying to love it back into wholeness, but I couldn't, because it wasn't mine, even though I thought it was. So where I'm at now is really having to become aware of what it means to be a reflector and what it means in having to change your environment, having to change your life, having to change and be aware of who you're around. Because after one conversation with another reflector, I actually saw me. I actually felt like me, because I don't know if they were reflecting me and I was reflecting them or what, but that part landed. It the me inside was seen for the first time ever, I feel. And ever since then, it's so important to me to experience that. And there's very, very little people that I'm realizing that can actually see you. And as a reflector, it's even less, because your whole role is to reflect them. So this also makes me feel like this is why I actually enjoy making these videos, because as a reflector, it's known that because we reflect everyone else, when we speak something, we're actually hearing ourselves. And it's not often that we hear ourselves, because we are often channeling other people. And so I've always been quite a talker, and I actually enjoy these videos because when I voice it, I get answers. And it's because it's not even like I'm asking a question, although sometimes I do, but I get these answers because it's me actually putting it out and hearing me and my energy. I can't explain it. But if you're a reflector, I just wanted to make sure, if you know a reflector, share this video, because I just want to say you're not going crazy. You are able to feel people's stuff that they don't even know that they have. So when you're around unconscious people, which is not their fault, it's nothing to do with that. But when they are carrying things and not consciously aware of it, you're going to be able to feel it. And it can be really difficult, especially for me in the beginning stages of becoming aware, which the universe always teaches us through experience, otherwise it's just a story, that there's nothing you can actually do. I've held space for these people, and then they seem to be able to see it, but as soon as you're not there holding that energetic space, it goes unconscious again. Because if they're not ready for their healing journey, there's nothing. And I mean, you could just be compassionate. And I assume, because I don't share anything that's not from experience, I assume there will be a point where I get to where I can just be in compassion. And I can be compassionate for what they're going through. But at this moment of learning, I first need to know what's me and what's not. Because in the healing journey, you suddenly become aware that everything is you and everything's healing, and then you see the whole world as your teacher and it's teaching you. Then you start going, okay, yep, got that sorted. It's like the universe is always in layers. Got that part sorted. And of course, another part opens up where you're actually now experiencing other people, and not just in healings, not just when you connect, but you're actually doing it in day to day. And that's why it's often said that like a reflector is better off sleeping on their own, because this stuff is still going through while you're not, while your conscious mind isn't awake. Energetically, I mean. This also means in large crowds, it can be like a minefield. So, the whole point that I wanted to share this video for is to let you know, if you are a reflector and you're experiencing emotional things or feelings, even hearing, because your senses are how it's going to come through. So mine's feeling and sensing and knowing. I was hearing words. I was hearing a lot. And it was nowhere in me, but I just kept feeling like it's me, it's me, it's me, but it wasn't. And so if you're really struggling with something, there could be a possibility that it's not yours. If you're around unconscious people, or even I've got a friend whose partner's kind of gaslights, saying, oh no, that's your stuff. So I just want to reiterate the fact that you're not going crazy. It's actually happening. And that connecting with other reflectors or people who understand human design is the path that I'm being shown now, or those that can see you in your circle for who you actually are, not seeing you through their own lens. And that's really important. So, good luck. Reach out if needed, and who knows what's coming next on this journey.